Excuse me. Hello everybody and welcome to another video with me, Wushu Richard. Welcome once again, okay? In this video I want to talk to you about my working out and my training, okay? Some like the most close training, as in close to me, what I'm doing now in my martial arts, okay, to talk about what I actually do. Because you know, I've been through a lot in my life in basic martial arts, training. I call it basic, but I mean I've been through hardcore training in my life in different martial arts. You know, I've had formal training, all kinds of training. But the thing is, I thought I'll talk about that just briefly to you in the video to let you know, just as a source of inspiration, maybe. If you can get any inspiration or knowledge from anything I share, that's always my goal. You know, I hope, and also entertainment from the videos I make. And I enjoy to hear about how other people train, you know, and look at their training methods. I want to say basically it's like this. Today I was outside and I was in the summer heat of it all, you know. Excuse me, it's night time now in this video. It's real life, you know. We go to work, you know. Life is what it is, you know. We all get busy, but it's like today I was outside and it was like the tropics, you know. We're in the tropics, South China, you know. I'm a teacher, as I say. On my job, I work as a teacher in colleges and universities in China. But anyway, basically, I finished my class this morning. And I was on my way home and I was walking down a little pathway that you may have seen in a lot of videos now. But anyway, I found this quiet little area to where I could do some exercise, and I've done this before as well. Now, my working out, first of all, let me tell you, you know, it was like this. My working out now is like this. I do basic stretching for the whole body, but I'm very sure it's in a lot of ways it's similar to anyone else who just does like a basic workout and stretching, but it's very different also. It's very deep and very kung fu orientated, like kung fu, gong fu, wushu essence training. It really is, because I can feel the channels. That can sometimes sound kind of confusing when I say the channels and all this. I mean, I can feel the energy through my body and the balance and a different kind of alignment, and the way I train it, all the muscles, the tendons and everything. Now, most people can see on my videos I'm quite a slim person, right? I'm not the biggest muscly tough guy, but you know, this is the kind of body that a lot of martial artists, you know, I mean, this is the kind of thing you want as a physique, as a martial artist. I'm not saying as thin as me. I'm saying it's good to have some more muscle and do some different kind of strength training. But it's like, everybody's different. But it's like I'm saying, the body-wise, you know, to be flexible and, you know, and slim and agility and have inner power, you know, inner power, and it's training from the inside to make this whole thing strong. It doesn't necessarily mean you must have just build on chunks of muscle until you become so bigger and bigger. That doesn't always mean you're stronger in some ways. You know what I'm saying? So of course, like if someone was really big and muscly, like, you know, a bodybuilder, you can see them in the weightlifters and things, weightlifters, you know, and that. I don't have that kind of power. You know, my body just don't have that power. I can't generate that kind of power. It depends what you want to do, though. I mean, someone like me, I'm kind of thin and slim. It's like I can't really generate really strong, you know, punches and knockout blows. I don't have that amount of muscle. I don't have Floyd Mayweather's physique. Well, fair enough. So all in all, you know, fairly honestly, you know, I should be doing more push-ups and working into pull-ups and push-ups and more on the weights. I've got some dumbbells there. I keep talking about doing them, you know. It's like I could be doing more, but it's just a body thing, you know. You have to listen to the body. Well, there's a lot of different kind of training you can do in exercising and working out, you know. The breathing is very important, you know. There's the stamina, everything. There's so much you can do. Basic things that people talk about are like things like going for a run and jogging, bike riding, swimming, playing sports, and all those things are good too. And also going for walks. But you know, this is the kind of thing you want as a physique, as a martial artist. You want to be fit, you want to be strong, you want to be agile, you want to be and the little things in life, the little day-to-day bits and pieces. But here's another thing, it's like this morning, I'll give you another example actually, in the last couple of mornings, like when I wake up, where we're staying, here in this apartment where we're staying, it's like I have to walk from here across to the back of the campus, the college campus, to do my teaching in the teaching buildings, and basically, it's funny because this is a building here where we're living in this block of flats, this apartment block, Here are where all of the cars are. You see all of the teachers, like Chinese teachers and some other foreigners. But there's lots of people who have got cars, posh cars and all this, and or motorbikes, some of them, fair enough. But it's so funny because you hear them like in the mornings, tit for tat, just, they have to get ready, and it's like finicky, it's like they're early, they want to get there early, their lives into it, and that. It's like me, when I'm doing my teaching, my heart's in it, believe it, my heart is in there into, I want to help people, I want to do good with the students, communicate and try to do something good. But I mean, like some people, they're like robots, there's nothing more in their lives, it's just work. For me, it was like, in my life, my life's the martial arts, my life is, creativity. I like to make my cartoons, what I make, I like creativity, writing, making cartoons, doing, my artwork, comics or whatever, martial arts, videos, and I like teaching to a degree, but I love teaching martial arts mainly. I'm a deep philosopher, a deep thinker, excuse me, communicator, So in some ways, maybe I was born to be a teacher in many ways, and I like it, but it's like, depending on what, like my job is being a teacher, right? English teacher. I like it, but it's like, I'm just saying, like, there's different things in different areas of your life, that suits you more than other areas. Now what I'm going to say, is, the thing though is, it's funny, like in the mornings you see these teachers, like who live in this building, some of the teachers, and they're really funny because they're finicky, tit for tat, rambling about the bush, where they run around the houses. They're like, they want to get there early, they're like machines. Their mind's just thinking about that, work, probably until the day they die. Some of these people don't have anything else they do in their life to make their life more freed up. It's like some people, there's a lot of people all over the world who are like that, who don't go to do any fitness or anything. They just drink alcohol in their free time and, and gamble and all this. I'm just saying, some of these people here are the same kind of thing. They're just, their mind's into their work, and they're like machines, they're all smartly dressed up in their shirts and ties, whatever it might be, and it's like, oh my God, and they're like getting ready to go, but it's like at the same time, it's like they're finicky about. They want to go early, but it's like they're like wasting time. It's like there's a guy who lives next door to us. There's a man and his wife who live beside, a man and his wife. And it's so funny. Like one's waiting for the other. Then you hear the door open. Then you hear the car, and they're trying to, they take about, I don't know how long to get into the actual car before they drive off. The other woman's coming out. And it's like, it's none of my business. But you can hear all this noise and they're talking, and I'm thinking, my goodness, I've literally just done a whole workout at home in the room, stretching and everything, had a shower. I'm alright, I'm checking my emails on their YouTube and that before I go or whatever. Planning what I'm going to do, my next cartoons, I'm going to do something, you know what I mean? And on top of all the work that I do, my teaching and that, and I'm just taking it in my stride, taking it easy and just like trying to live my life more free. It's like, I open the door, you see their car driving away. And it's like, it's convenient, they have to drive their car or their motorbike from this block of flats to the teaching buildings, from the apartments in this campus, college campus. They have to drive from here to there, and their mentality is like, well, we've got a car, we'll just drive there, park the car, and drive back. But I walk there every day. I give myself 10 to 15 minutes. I can get there 10 minutes, and it's like just walking there and walking back. Now, if I had a car, or a bike or a motorbike, would I do that? you might say, well, sometimes it would be convenient and you can fall into that trap. But you know, I remember my. Okay, sorry, the camera cut out there. But yeah, as I was saying, though, yeah, it's like you can easily fall into things like that. You know what I mean? Where, it's things like that, like laziness. But it's like, my 5-animal kung fu master, my teacher, a long time ago, he was talking about that. Saying, in life, you shouldn't need to like just take a bus ride just for like 1 or 2 bus stops when you can walk. He said it's unbelievable now in this world. People have electric shavers, electric toothbrushes, electric arse cleaners. It's just that I added that one. I was just saying, this is what people were like, and it's like people are becoming like brain dead zombies anyway. Lazy. That's another whole topic. People in general. It's like we've got all the technology, but people are becoming just like people used to joke about in the past. People are becoming more roboticized or whatever, you know what I mean? Roboticized. So, they don't want to use their brains, they don't want to use their bodies, to do anything. It's like a brain in a jar. Like, you see these old things like they used to show, old sci-fi or horror things, and that's exactly what it's like. It's like the Matrix, And you go back to what I was saying, though, really, about these people, right? They drive from this apartment to the school and back, and to me, it's like, my goodness, what are you trying to rush there or what? I'll wake up early. I'll wake up and just take a 10-minute walk down there. To me, that's a bit of exercise. It's not like it's raining, or if it's raining, fair enough. You can bring your umbrella. Or it's raining, fair enough, drive. But it's like, it's sunny here, I walk out, it's a sunny day, it's cool in the mornings too, with a t-shirt and shorts on, I just walk there, walk back, and it's like a bit of exercise for my body, and so what, I feel good and I enjoy it. It's like meditation for the mind too. It's like you wake up and you just walk there and come back, This is what I'm saying, but it's like, what I'm trying to say is any exercise, any time, right, for the body, just simple things, and even just like walking up and down staircases. Now, you might say, well, if there's an elevator, a lift, or an elevator, why not take an elevator? Fair enough, yeah? Or escalator or elevator. But what I'm saying is, like, for me, I'd rather, like, walk up and down stairs. You might think that's crazy. It's not like working your muscles if you know how to use it, and and you do regular exercise. If you, like, you get so, I'm not saying run up and down stairs like a nutcase, but you end up skipping upstairs, you end up like, you know how to use your muscles and you feel strength in you. If you just never use your muscles, everything's going to be hard for you, walking short distances. And then you talk about diets and stuff, people putting on weight and different things like that, that's not good, obviously, too much weight. But it's like, for me, I'm weird because I can eat a lot and I like don't put on too much weight, but it's like, you got to balance that out, be careful as well, But, going on what I was saying, though, my training, right, going on to what I'm saying, my training, though, now, is really special, I feel, in my martial arts, because it's like, I'm not training like I used to, before. I'm 33 years old now, but I'm not training like I used to. I mean, like, the different training I've done over the years, like when I was doing kickboxing, it was hardcore. It was hardcore. I mean, the stretching we did was good as well, but, like, so much, like, rigorous endurance. It was really endurance. It was push-ups, sit-ups, all kinds of jumps, squats, squatting, jumps, frog kick, jumping, stance work, breathing. Was it cobra? This, that. Oh my goodness! Punching, kicking, bouncing around on your toes, skipping around the room, running, jumping over people, and making arches, and rolling, and all kinds of stuff we do, and on the mats, and star jumps 1 minute, jumping jacks the next, push up. Star jump, push up, squat, different kinds of things they do, and different games. It was like absolutely intense, like physical workout. Running, you touch the wall, run around, jump, or then run up to the kick bag and do like whatever amount of kicks it was. Do 20 kicks off one leg and go down, do some push-up, jump up, and do some more for the next thing. It was like I was literally throwing up back in the day when I was training. It was like literally almost throwing up, choking for my breath. It was an absolute burner. I mean, it was. You talk about burning in training. This was an inferno training, inferno mind. Now that was that. The karate training I did when I was a kid, when I was like younger, that was like my first martial arts, training I did, and that was basically for me. That was just like basic coordination more than anything. It was working out too, fair enough. It was like coordination because we learned the katas and the forms and stuff, and it was good. Basic training, but it was like, so that was that. The 5 animal kung fu I learned, the 5 animal kung fu, it was like, that, you know, that was some of the hardest training because it incorporated some qigong training too, basic qigong, which was very hard training. It was all southern, internal, and that standing. I'm not going to go into detail now, but that was some of the most intense training too, in terms of stance, structure, poise, what do you call it, all that, you know, and mind really was. But anyway, then later on, you know, in China, coming to China and learning like the basic, you know, wushu basics and wushu forms and things like that, and then doing a bit of basic Tai Chi and Bagua, as I say, basics, and the forms, as I say, the broadsword form, the wushu form, you know, the Dao Shu is called, you know, and the basic bow staff, all that kind of wushu, like formalized stuff. It was like really expecting more flexibility from you, because it was really like fluid movements, and I really learned to become even more flexible, and I learned so much about balance because there's so much energy you have to put into them and so many complex movement changes, and believe me, those positions are complex. You've got to spin, jump around, turn around, do all kind of things. When you do a punch, it's got to be a punch. When you do a kick, it's got to be a kick. But you're spinning around, stopping in certain positions, into certain stances. You know, you might be going down on one leg and standing back up again, jumping, skipping around, spinning around. You might have to stop and pause and hold a certain position. It's wushu, you know, like shaolin kind of kung fu training, literally. And it's like, you might say, well, it's mainly focused on exercise and fitness. Well, yeah, and that's what I'm talking about in this video. It's like, I've talked about this before in videos where I say things like long fist wushu and the Tai Chi and that, but I also talk about that and I say where, you know, a lot of people say like wushu kind of moves are like only for show and like or for the fitness, but it's not useful in real fighting, and even a lot of teachers talk about that too. And I've talked about it like in saying that, well, actually it is used for fighting. You can, I mean, you focus on the actual moves and make them work for you. It's not just like in films and that either. It's like you can really make these work if you understand the philosophy, and you can like, adjust certain things and adapt them in different ways to make things work too. The same like big movements, small movements for all kinds of martial arts styles, like anything in life, any kind of art. You be imaginative and be creative. But the thing is, right, in this video I'm talking about the fitness and the health, right, and I'm talking about my kind of working out that I do now. Well, my kind of working out that I do now, to be honest with you, really honest, right, I'm not well, again, also you've got my Wing Chun training I do, which is great, you know, and the training, the martial art, I love that. But what I'm saying though is like, now, my martial arts, right, it's like this. Everything else I've done, including the Wing Chun and the 5 animal kung fu training, the forms I learned before, a little bit of basic understanding of Hongaris and things like that, Hong Chen, but I'm saying the basics on the side. I thought, well, I'm talking about martial arts now in terms of working out, like doing the movements, not only just doing basic exercises, I mean incorporating martial arts skills into my working out, you know, and it's all geared towards self-defense, don't forget too, in all martial arts it should be. But what I'm saying is we're talking about working out and like doing it for the training and the working out, and it's good for anybody, it really is. And if you talk about martial arts, especially kung fu and that, for like working out, even for just working out, for anyone, men, women, boys, girls, even if you don't want to believe in the fighting skills and all that, and you've got no interest in that even, but you want to get fit, or you want to get slimmed down, or you want to, I'm telling you, it's intense, and if you train hard, it's really, really good for your external body, your breathing, the internal, the mind, the balance. You can learn so much from learning a kung fu, or, you know, a wushu or a martial arts system. It's really good exercise. People that do dancing and that, you know, ballet and ice skating or sports, that's also very good, yeah. But I'm just speaking from my point of view. You know, martial arts is great, and because it's got that fighting spirit and that fighting mindset in it, you know, and you put your belief in the movements when you're doing the energy, you know, you're not thinking about I'm going to kill somebody else, but you're thinking about the power of escalate, you know, emphasizing that punch there and striking the elbow strike or that kick, or spinning around on balance, and then thinking about standing there, you know, one leg, and you're thinking about enemies all around you and how to block attacks. You may think it's all showy and flowy and very like exaggerated, and fair enough, it might be. And It's more like a movie scene in your mind. You're like the hero, but it's like you're not thinking that. You may never become a movie actor. You may never even need to use these skills in a real fight, especially exaggerated moves like that. But I'm saying, if you put your mind into it, it's teaching you a lot of power, because you're doing the movements and that, but you're focusing on your center, and you learn a lot about your balance, and you learn a lot about stillness and movement and everything, and how to flow your energy, and you start to feel the connection from the external and the internal. It's very hard to explain until you realise it's not just some simple thing and you're in a dream being flash and this and that. It's really deep training, and it really makes you stronger. So that's why I've always stood up. Another reason why I've always stood up for true martial arts training for fitness, as opposed to other things. But not as opposed, I mean, those things are good and they're different, other exercises and sports, fair enough. I'm saying martial arts has got this inner power, because all martial arts has got this focused mindset in terms of fighting and defending yourself. And even if you're not going to be doing that really in life, but it's like that mindset, that respect myself, power, focus, not just like dance the show, I'm going to show, does it look good? So it's about the self. It's like when I put that punch out there, when I'm in a certain stance, like I feel myself, like I feel the respect to myself, with like this power here, this palm here, every move, I'm feeling the energy coming back almost. You know what I mean? It's like, it's coming out and in, so there's like yin and yang, yin yang, okay? So what I'm trying to say is, you start to really respect everything, even your breathing. You respect the breathing in, the breathing out. Excuse me. You start to respect your health and understand it a lot more, and it helps you in anything in life. So anyway, my exercise, what I'm saying, like my working out now, what I'm doing now, of course, my exercise is not like the best like it could be. There's a lot more I want to do. I want to start going back and like respecting it even further into the kind of training I've done. Do what I'm doing. Because what I'm doing now is I'm not training as hardcore as I was before, even in the wushu and that, but it's like, what I'm doing though, I've noticed that I will do a basic stretching exercise every day, stretching from the top to bottom, my whole body and that. And there's certain movements in it that are reflecting movements that come from Kung Fu. That's what I'm basically saying. So basic movements similar to, or exactly from, but similar to, or my own adaptations of the wushu, like long fist or shaolin, Chung Tren kind of movements, right? That I learned from forms and things like that, and then fair enough, there might be some basic emphasis of movements which you might find in a karate or like a hongo or something like that, but it's like mainly though like long fist wushu kind of basics, and also exactly, I'm saying this, some tai chi, okay, tai chi basics in there. I like Bagua. I've got some basic knowledge of Bagua too. But it's like, that's what it basically is, long fist, and Tai Chi kind of training for my fitness, I'm saying, right? Now, in basic fighting, fair enough, you've got basic punching and kicking, like kickboxing, Muay Thai and that, and karate. I think it's all great, okay? Karate, Hapkido, the basic, there's punching, kicking, striking and all that. Before you start going into locks and things, as I say, I love Aikido, ninjutsu and all that. But we're not talking about the fighting here. We're just talking about the actual moves. It's like me, I've done 5 animal kung fu. I've done different animal styles. I love the tiger, I love the mantis, I love the crane, leopard, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, right? I love all that. And then my main style for the self-defense, which is Wing Chun, I put some Tai Chi essence in there. But for the health and fitness, I'm saying, in this video, right, it's like, my basic exercise I do is just stretching and loosening up. I do my whole body. I'm not going to show you anything here, maybe another day. And today I nearly done some filming. I nearly filmed myself up doing some exercise, but I was like halfway through it on the path, and it was like I was covered in sweat. I just finished talking to some students, and I usually do it at home. Some days I'll do less if I'm like extra tired, and I'll work it carefully on some days, But sometimes I just literally, I'll be outside or something, walking the quiet path or something, or coming back from work, and it's like, you know what, there's nobody around here, I'm just going to bust it and do some stretching, and I start to feel really good in myself when I'm doing it. I feel good in my body, I feel really healthy. breathing, and you feel the energy, and you start to feel, you know what, this is great, this knowledge, this is something personal to me, this Kung Fu, you know. But it's like whatever martial art you do, fair enough, but it's like knowing some Kung Fu or knowing something about different martial arts really helps you, and you will know it for yourself, and you start to get in tune, you can feel your body, and you feel, you know what, I'm not going to be alive on this planet forever, you know, and I'm going to take care of my body now, my mind, and nobody can help me, no one was going to do that for me. And if you were lazy, and if you weren't going to do that, and the less you do, the harder it will be for you in the mind as well. But it's like if you start doing it, you feel good, and you just get a bit, not overdo it, but a bit of stretching every day for your whole body, or more or less. And there's moments where you just get into it, and you just feel good in yourself, and you feel, you know what, this is good for me. And nobody's going to help me do this, and you just feel it. It's like the other day, yeah, I just come home from work, right, the afternoon, yesterday, I weren't so super tired, but I was more tired than I thought I was, from work and, you know, and sleep and trying to catch up and that. And it was like, I just came home in the afternoon, and I just laid on the bed, felt tired, I didn't even think about it, shall I have a nap, I never usually do, I just laid on that bed, and my body just told me, I just fell asleep for a few hours, and I enjoyed it, and I woke up and it did good for me, and I felt better today, you know, for it. And I went to sleep last night, of course, too, obviously. But you know what I mean, though? It's like, I do my stretching in the mornings usually before I go out to work, and I'll do some at work. So when you're at work, if you've got some bit of free time, you might be in a public toilet, and you just start stretching your legs, you're doing the waist movement. But anytime, anywhere, I'm saying, you know, you can have a stretch, you know, do some basics. But if you can find a quiet bit of time to yourself to get some good stretching, you know, all the tendons, all the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, the thighs, your waist, neck, shoulders, wrists, everything. I'm not going to do it here, you know, your waist leaning over each side, back, forward, doing squats for your knees, up and down, you know, feet together, whatever. Or slightly apart, or both, like I do. Different stances, different flowing movements with the hands around to get the energy, and swinging the arms back and forward in circles too, stretching out, up, back, interlocking the fingers, the wrists, you know, breathing, and then emphasising different movements, like from Kung Fu movements, which I do, as I say, it also helps. And I'm not living in a deep daydream, I'm just thinking, oh, Kung Fu, I'm feeling what feels. Okay, so I mean, maybe in the middle of a Kung Fu kind of position, and I'll just stretch naturally. I'll just move my body until it feels right, you know. And then I'll go back into a Kung Fu, and I'll put the essence in, and I'll do the move, and certain stances and that, like the horse riding stance and the bow stance, and a Mabu and Gongbu, you know, for example. So basically, I'll do a lot of exercises, basic exercises, but sometimes often, and this is a different time, but often I will get into a deeper workout, just slightly, and what that means is, it doesn't mean like adding loads of time on. When I say a short workout, it means that a short workout can mean anything like 15 minutes to half an hour, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, really, literally, 15 minutes to half an hour, that's all you need. But it's like, sometimes I'll put it in and it ends up being half an hour or so, but it's like, sometimes I'll just focus more and start doing those real Kung Fu moves, and I'll start feeling the energy. And I don't mean going like a nutter, punching and kicking, I don't mean that. I'm saying like slow, like you see the Shaolin monks doing a thing like those stances and doing the flowing. I'm not going to show you here, you know, in a big long stance, stretching your legs and that, breathing, feeling all the energy come back. It's really, really deep training. And like today I was doing it in the sun again, like another day. I was doing it, another day I was feeling the same kind of thing, but today I was really feeling it. I was outside, and I was doing these exercises, and I felt, look at me here, and what am I doing? I was feeling it was like really Shaolin kind of style, you know. Shaolin, I was thinking, you know what? I was proud of myself for that moment. And why not, you know? It's like we beat ourselves up so much in life, and I was feeling this health through my body, and I was thinking, you know what? This is my little bit. I'm not an expert, but like, I can feel, it feels good for me, and this is like Shaolin Kung Fu moves, just my own knowledge of it. There's monks in the temples and that who have got different levels of understanding even. I'm just saying, I mean, but it's like, I felt the power of this the basics, and it was literally just basic understanding of like long fist, Shaolin Kung Fu, and basic Tai Chi, understanding Tai Chi and that, and Kung Fu, you know what I mean? Just like, I was incorporating that into some stretching, just doing a few moves. I just started, all I was doing was stretching my arms up, swinging in there, stretching my legs, and then I started to do some moves. There was like a lamppost beside me. I wanted to hold that lamppost. It was outside, okay, I was in this grassy little area with nobody around, just trees and this little path, this little quiet pathway. and there's nobody around, you know, sunny day, and I put my bag, you know, I just hung my bag up on this lamppost thingy, there's like a hook. I put my arm there, I was going to start swinging my legs up and back, you know, like crescent kick in and out, just to get the flexibility in it, and I found I was more flexible, and it was like, I felt better with myself. It was like it's coming back to me, and I just let go of that, and I just started swinging my legs. And you know what? I just felt, you know what? This is great. You know, feeling the power channeling up from your waist, through your back, through your arms, through your legs, low stances, and then different kind of movements and that, and turning, and I just felt the energy, and I just felt so good in myself. And this is the Kung Fu training. So my honest training, as I'm saying, I'm really proud of this. What comes naturally to me, and it feels natural to me and good for my health, is that kind of Kung Fu kind of training. Wushu, you know, Wushu, Kung Fu, Shaolin kind of long fist, Chung training, you know, and basic like Tai Chi or Tai Chi. Now, I'm not an expert, you understand? I'm not doing all kinds of flips and, you know, all these kind of acrobatic moves or such great, you know, gracious stuff. But I mean, it really is that kind of training for me, and that suits me. So this kind of training I really advise to anyone. It's really good for you, and all it takes really, when you look at the moves, like all it takes, a basic understanding. And I'll make videos for you guys if you'd like to see what I do, if you'd like to know more about certain exercises, and I can go over the benefits. I don't have to go over the examples of how to fight and use it like straight away. We can do that later on, fair enough. But it's like just to get the exercise and the fitness right. This is for anyone. It can be men or women, anybody out there. You can learn for your body to keep healthy and fit. And I really truly believe, and I know this and I feel it, my experience, and I really can truly, it's great for your health. You don't need to smoke, drink and all that crap, and you just do it, you know. Go for a walk now and then do a basic stretching exercise every day. Get it on, you know. Start with like 10 to 15 minutes every day, and it'll be easy to you before you know it. There might be certain days where you don't do it, but like most days of the week, and then you work it up until you're doing it most days, and some days you go up longer, like 20 minutes to half an hour, as I say, 15 to half an hour, 50 minutes to half an hour. And I will explain it, and I can like show you certain moves if you like, but you can like learn Kung Fu as to how you do it. You might think, well, I'm going to look really silly doing these Kung Fu, you know, but you understand, in the privacy in your own home, you don't need so much space, I've found, and you can become really flexible, and you get the channel, the blood around your body, the flow, the breathing, chi if you want to call it that, but the energy, you just feel healthy in yourself, believe me, you know, that balance. I personally feel it is sometimes in some essences, in some ways, it's better to train outside when it's fresh air in a big space. Private, you can find a quiet place, you know, there's a big space. Big hall could be good, fair enough, but like if you're outside and it's like flat ground is better, you know, not bumpy or hilly, you know, slanted ground, but not too slippery, of course, but you know what I mean? And it's good if it's like good weather, if you're like in tracksuit clothes, you know, bottoms, a t-shirt or t-shirt and shorts, but you know what I mean? But it's like, you know, it's like, if you're like in winter time, you can still train like I used to go hardcore, but it's like you have to wear like so much thick clothes, and that makes it hard, you know. It can be snowy, icy too, and you don't end up getting pneumonia or catching a cold. But you know what I mean, though? I'm just saying, I've noticed from just basic stretching exercises and the workout that I understand anyway, I've noticed that it really is, in time, I've noticed this over time. I'm saying that incorporating the Kung Fu essences, especially from like long fist wushu, basics like Shaolin and basic like Tai Chi, just doing some basic like movements and positions in there can really help to get that stretch a lot better, or could strengthen your whole body and flexibility and balance. And it really works as a kind of power, and you're like working and feeling your center, your power, and it just gives you energy. It really is good. I feel that, so I promote that. I think I should, right? It's Wushu Richard anyway, Wushu, right? So Wushu, okay? So, you know, if you just do kickboxing, fair enough. You see what I'm saying? It's like people that do kickboxing and that, they might say, well, why you want to waste time doing all this Kung Fu and all this? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you might do kickboxing or MMA, you might be really good fighters in the ring, and you might do really good exercising anyway. You do your flexibility training, stretching and all that. Some of these people are really athletes, you know, real good stuff, what they do. But it's like, some of these people though, they'll just like, they'll do really good stretching, and they might go to the gym, they even do some weights and all that. They've got endurance, they've got flexibility, they've got it all, they feel. Endurance, flexibility, stamina, strength, all of that. And then their fighting abilities, as they feel, the MMA guys, they feel that their fighting is great, they've got good stand-up, basic, hardcore combat, coupled with that physique I've just mentioned, training what they do, and then, you know, the ground fighting as well. But it's like, what I'm saying though is, this Kung Fu training is different on all levels. So I usually talk about the Kung Fu and how the fighting principles alone are just golden, the way I feel. But I'm saying that the exercise work too, in incorporating these Kung Fu type forms, that would help anyone, whether you're an MMA guy or any kind of martial artist, or anyone out there, even if you're not a martial artist. It's extra stuff. But all in all, I'm not saying that everybody has to. I mean, the basic thing is you can just learn some basic exercises and still do really, really great, okay? I've done some exercise videos in the past, quite a lot of basic stuff, and I was younger over the years, so I was a bit younger back then, you know, but it's like now I'm 33 and I'm trying to keep as fit and healthy as possible, and fit, you know, flexible, breathing and all that too, you know. We have to take care of our bodies, we must, for our life and everything we do. So what I'm trying to say, okay, is it will give you strength. If you're someone who's like a quiet person or timid or a bully, don't let that character, don't let your emotions and your quiet character, don't beat yourself down into nothing, you know. Make yourself stronger. When you feel stronger in your body, you'll feel stronger in your mind. And when you feel stronger in your mind, you'll want to do more for your body too, you know, and all that. You need to strengthen yourself, because this world can beat you down sometimes. So anyone out there, okay, if you're feeling weak, or you're feeling lazy, or you feel there's not enough energy in you, yeah, sure, maybe you need more sleep, more rest, maybe you're overdoing it. But sometimes it's the opposite, and you also need to balance it and do more exercise for your life, you know, for your job and everything. But I really promote all kinds of traditional martial arts, and Kung Fu especially, and Karate, fair enough. But, you know, Kung Fu especially, for me, you know, it's just great for your health, you know. People do yoga, yeah, yoga, fair enough, that's also very good. You might do some kind of dancing, I don't know what you do, hip-hop dancing, but I'm just saying, right, it's all good, but it's just different kind of things. Yoga seems to me more like a meditation, it's very similar to Qigong as well, but I'm saying, like, the flexibility, the movement, you need to have a balance of movement, flexibility, stillness, balance, breathing. Martial arts teaches you all that, and it teaches you powerful fighting moves, fighting attitude, to want to protect yourself from all kinds of things, be it illness, any lazy attitude, any negative thoughts that might come into your head. It's a kind of religious, like monk kind of thinking, I'm saying. Defend yourself against any attackers, all of that, and you learn this power and self-respect, that in the end you just learn to just avoid all negativity, and you just keep yourself healthy, and all you're really doing is maintaining yourself, maintenance of the self. So with Kung Fu, you've got a lot of stuff in Kung Fu and a lot of martial arts, but I'm saying in Kung Fu you've got flexibility, opening up the channels, a lot of movements, flowing movements of things that you can really feel, like exaggerate, like you might feel pretty cool and all that, you know, for example, like, be cool and all that, like Bruce Lee, but really you feel the energy. But also you've got still moments and positions where you have to hold a certain position. It might be very hard because you're balanced and everything. So you learn so much. You learn speaking, listening, you know what I mean, yeah? You know what I'm trying to say though, yeah? Looking, seeing, all that, feeling, you know, all the senses are enhanced. The feeling, you know what I mean? How you learn how to balance. And the way you learn that is because you learn, the way you learn balance from your own self-training, from having nothing. That's the beauty of it, just yourself and having a bit of space. Maybe you can do it at home too, basically, you know, so having a bit of space, all you need is yourself. You might have some tatty clothes or whatever, as long as you're comfortable, you know, but it doesn't matter. And it's like, from balance, what I was going to say, right, how you learn how to balance by learning how to rebalance yourself when you're out of balance. So if you don't put yourself out of balance and do different kind of training and train yourself, to challenge yourself, you know what I mean? And you feel good about it too, because you're learning and you see what you can do. And you know other people aren't doing that, they're lazy. So you start off doing a little bit, like any working there, you know, it can be a bit of weights training, a bit of running, all this stuff helps you. It's the same as getting yourself organised, maybe writing a plan down or something what you want to do each day and following. You'll feel like you're doing something good for yourself. Martial arts teaches you this mentality, and this is the mentality that's going to last you for your whole life. So if your mind's constantly developing throughout your whole life, you're going to save a lot of time, you're going to get your life more in control, and not only that, it's going to help you for your whole body, and your body's going to be more and more healthy, and you're going to maintain that until your old age. To a certain level at least, you're going to be, you know what I mean? And it's a knowledge, and you learn so much just from yourself. And all this by improving yourself on such an amazing, magical almost level. You learn that you can you go through life the same way, and you learn from the external, the imbalance, and then you learn how to balance yourself. You learn how to do things better, and how to deal with things, how to cope with things, how to change and go from one situation to another, how to find the beauty, to find the light switches and such, you know what I mean, in the darkness. It's like all your senses are enhanced, not only philosophically speaking, but really your senses are enhanced. You kind of just know how to do things better. You just are more aware and in touch with nature as such. Because this is not a philosophical thing, isn't it? I always talk about go in the flow of nature and all this, but who the hell's going to really tell you what that means? From training, you do it. I know there's so many athletes out there, like basketball players, whoever they might be, you know, football players, whatever. But there's people out there in the world, dancers, basketball players, you know, ballet, whatever it would be. But a lot of these people don't actually have the same focus in their lives, I believe. So you don't have the same benefits that Kung Fu would give you, or real martial arts, because it's just an external, just an action sport thing, or you know, some kind of show or active sport. But like, it's all good, and it will help you on a lot of levels compared to people that are doing nothing. Of course, definitely. And so will MMA and them. I'm just saying, right? It's like sumo wrestlers. What? Look at those big fat guys, but they have a different kind of strong mind, and they're strong in the body in different ways. You know what I'm saying? But martial arts, though, definitely, you know, especially Kung Fu as well. So when you watch films like Jackie Chan, you know, again, like, you know, the Karate Kid, you know, put on the jacket, take off the jacket, like the Jackie Chan version. Or when you see the old versions, you know, of Karate Kid, you know, Mr. Miyagi, or you see that Van Damme, like Kickboxer, or the old one, you know, or when you see things like anything, the Bruce Lee stuff, Jet Li stuff, a lot of people look over these classics, you know, or like things like the old classic 1970s Kung Fu films, or even, it's funny how people take to people like Muhammad Ali, or Mike Tyson, or even Bruce Lee. The reason they take to these guys is because they're so used to seeing these guys as knocking people out, and their attitude, the way they, so tough. But true Kung Fu, true ancient martial arts, a lot of people didn't, I mean now people like look back and they think it's just ridiculous, like looking at the old films and TV shows like David Carradine, Kung Fu, and you think that's kind of ridiculous, but it's not. The actual philosophies were so true. It's not just like a fantasy thing, even though in the 80s things were more fantasized, fair enough, and all the way it was done, like the drama of it and the film, the storytelling and the music, and it's, yeah, I understand, we're living in a real world these days, but look at the way the world's going, all the negativity in general. There's philosophies in Kung Fu that will teach you how to balance your life well and be healthy, as well as learning how to be a fighter and that in self-defense and such, you know what I mean? So I really promote, and I will always do this, promote to every generation that follows now also, and I will always stand up for true, real Kung Fu and true martial arts. So the spirit of yin and yang, like yin yang, all that, shaolin, right, all of it, okay? All, even like things like karate, and you get like philosophies like, you know, Zen and Buddhism. I'm not religious, but I'm just saying, you know, Taoism and that. But looking for the good in any kind of belief, scientifically, in science, whatever. But I'm just saying, if it's positive, it's about improving yourself. But there's a lot of deep-rooted stuff in martial arts, and it's about that very philosophy again, like the water being like water, and like the root from the trees, growing up from the branches, everything, right from the inside, and training yourself. There's that tree in that field. There might not be many trees, but that tree there in that field, you know, it's like it is holding itself together. The tree is not relying on anything else. The tree doesn't rely on, oh, it's got to go and check its emails out on the computer, or it's got this or that. It's just literally in nature, and it's a symbol, isn't it, really, the tree, you know, it's a symbol of, you know, Mr. Miyagi again, you know, it's like, you know, the bonsai, you know what I mean? It's like literally a symbol of what we should be learning to do, and like take care of our lives more from nature. And even though we create this like kind of fake looking world around us, like matrix, modern cyber world around us, we should still be looking back to the core of nature. And it might be hard to find, but you can find it if you try hard. But the best thing to do is go back to yourself and find it. A lot of people in their whole lives end up trying to look for themselves. They're so lost in their mind, trying to look for their place in this world, and they're trying to look for that patience and so on. They can't even see the truth. It's like it's always behind the mask or something there, they're hidden in front of themselves. It's like you put a key somewhere, you can't remember where you put it, you put it away so safely. So this kind of in touch with just feeling again, and the body and the health and the mind, That's when it can work. So the mind helps you remember the body helps you remember the mind, you know, until you come together as this whole spiritual entity, this physical entity, so you really can work in your own footsteps and in your own time, in your own pace, until things around you start just blasting around in this speeding, glowing, beautiful. It's almost like a celebration of fireworks. It's just like it just comes back to you, the energy there. Well, here we are again, the speed of light. You are bright, smart and shining, you know. That's what I mean. Keep it motherfucking real, y'all. Okay. Okay, so I was saying with all the love in my heart, okay, everybody out there, train hard and stay safe. Take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, okay. There's no health in your body, there's no there's nothing. And keep positive, okay. So as I said, my training now is not like it's not so hardcore as it was before. I'm trying to balance it with my life, and you have to balance it with your lives at your stage in your life too, and how you feel in your mind and body, and whenever you can. And try and do it most days, but little bits here or there help, and work it as you can. But sometimes when you feel it, when you like got a choice, you might be in the middle of a workout and you feel good, but those lazy voices start haunting you again in your mind. Shall I do 2 more? Forget it, I think that's enough. No, if you want to do 2 more, do 2 more. It will do you some good. When you've done it, you'll be, yeah, I've done it, and I did that extra bit as well. It's like you see what you can do, and then tell yourself that was nothing really, was it? And you don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to like kick it every day and do too much. 15 minutes to half an hour working out every day, that's enough basics, right? And then you can just stretch, you know, and then exercise, and then like other things like going for walks here or there, it all counts in, you know, mind, getting knowledge from different sources, and then training the fighting moves when you can, maybe in the afternoon or when you get free time, work a few moves, not everything, just reveal what you know. And that's the philosophy of martial arts, you know, it's just really good. Okay? You overdo it and you might be doing too much for yourself. It's the same about thinking about it too much too. Oh, these moves, or shaolin, whatever kind of moves you want to do, and thinking about all kinds of training methods, and I'm going to add this on and add this on and add that on. It gets too much for you sometimes. You just can't cope with it and can't handle it. It becomes a chore, it becomes hard. You have to challenge yourself, but not beat yourself down with it. You know, it should be giving you energy. So balance that with your rest. But don't lie, don't rob yourself of getting enough of both. Okay? That's what I say. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, yeah? Train hard and stay safe. Keep out of dangerous places, and be careful over Halloween too, okay, everybody? And just take care wherever you are at any time, okay? Thank you for watching. Take care, guys.